You're listening to another Geek Pride podcast.
Hello and welcome to the as of yet untitled podcast.
No, Alan Davis
in
has
the
that
podcast.
name at the moment.
What a prick!
Yeah.
You curly-haired wanker.
Currently got
Can I
as
just
yet
say?
untitled.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's so annoying that Alan Davis has done that because, like, he's basically taken a podcast and is doing it on television. Everyone's like, "This is brilliant. No one's ever thought of this before," except for sort of the last 10 years of people doing podcasts. I am the resident beard, Mike Orvis. Sat with me and online are Matthew Old, the Twigmeister.
Hello.
We have Liam Martin. He's bald,
wow.
he's beardy, he's Heisenblue, and some sort of pervert over Skype wearing tiny shorts. They're so tiny.
Iggle, you do not need to scratch. We can see that.
We certainly can. I don't know how long this is going to record because I'm recording it on my phone. We won't know how long this podcast goes on for. Maybe my phone dies halfway through. We simply don't know.
I still don't think this is considered a podcast.
This is a podcast.
No,
We sat around your phone.
I kind of like that for a title. We just don't know.
We just don't know.
I just feel like we're at the early stages of podcasting, like when kids were back in their parents' basement.
No, do you know what, dude? Did you know this is the fucking cool thing about podcasting and why I'm such an advocate of it? Because A, any fucker can do it. B, it's a completely untapped medium that no one is trying to charge you fucking money to put up, unless you want it on iTunes and then it gets a bit muddy. But there are free ways of doing it, but it just costs time that I don't fucking have. But I like podcasts because I feel that they're sort of they're punk. It's like, fuck you, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about and I'm going to put it on the internet, and if you like it then great, if you don't, fuck off. And no one can go, stop that.
Question then.
Okay.
Have you ended a podcast by throwing your microphone across the room and going like, yeah, and walking away, feeling henchman metal and punk rock?
No, but I think considering it's his phone, we can do this now.
If any of you do that, I will fuck you up. Hardcore.
Also, we're only 2 minutes into this, and already I'm noticing you don't talk to us, you talk to the phone.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I totally like. This is something like he noticed.
No, I agree.
When I podcast, I don't look at the people I'm talking to because I'm trying to think, it's all part of the fucking wonder that is ADHD.
I agree with that though, because you are speaking to your audience. We're just discussing, and the audience.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. And
I love the fact that less than 2.5 minutes in now, I'm like, okay, podcast on, brilliant. I'm disappearing because I want a drink. Bye.
Yay! Blue has gone. So what the fuck are we going to name this thing?
That seems like a good one to me.
That's brilliant, because Blue has quite a loud clock. So we're like, what are we going to name this thing? Clock. Like, oh good, okay. Iggle, come up with a name, go.
Hello and welcome back to TikTok.
Cocker Spaniels.
Cocker Spaniels. Brilliant. This is why you're not trusted to do anything important.
Iggle, do you actually are you aware of other breeds of dog?
I'm very much not.
Fucking alright, well what's your Iggle, what's your favourite breed of dog?
That'd be rough collies.
Rough collies? No,
Yeah.
I said dog, not X's. Just stop telling me about your sexual exploits. Oh mate, she was a rough collie. And down an alleyway by the side of a pub. Where?
So walking out of the room to grab a drink, I enter the room and our geeky Nondescript
has turned into dogs.
Nondescript is not a bad name.
Nondescript.
Nondescript. Welcome back to Nondescript. No, that fucking works, man. Oh, we're definitely calling it that. Right.
Okay.
And the motion carries. We are called the Suicide Squad.
So, 4 minutes in, and we've decided on a name, thus ending the main point of this, and B, had a callback joke to something that no one else is listening is aware of.
No, so this is the part where we explain the joke, thus lengthening the podcast. See, it was all very clever. I just want to put this out there. Only one of us has been drinking, and it's not me. We're just quite tired, but we're in a group, and we're friends, and it's great. We're like fucking My Little Pony, but we've got beards and muscles while one of us
Well,
does.
I like the idea now that you've just I've walked out and got a drink, and you specified, oh, none of us are drinking, but one might be. So what, am I now like the alcoholic of the group as well?
Yes, that's your role in the podcast. Okay, Iggle clearly wants to be the alcoholic in the group and took it as quite a... You realise you've stolen your fucking... Right, what's that hockey jersey you're wearing?
What? It's Invicta Knights.
Invicta Knights. You realise you've stolen that font from Marvel Knights? Show me that... Show me the fucking thing, right?
Oh my god, I actually have the comic. I have the comic.
I know you do. Right. Okay, fucking...
So, just recapping very quickly, my name's Liam Martin, most people call me Blue, we've got Matthew Old, who
Fucking look at it!
sometimes gets referred to
It's
as
the same thing!
Twiggy.
I'm going to shine. Oh, we've already done this bit.
I'm just saying, Michael Iggleton, and that's why we call him Iggle. And yeah, he
Look at that!
played ice hockey in Invicta Knights, and yeah, the Marvel Knights font.
You've stolen it! It's even worse on, like, it's even... You haven't got it, but it's even worse, actually. We might be able to find...
That's literally just Spider-Man.
I know, but it's even worse...
Spider-Man is awesome!
Spider-Man is awesome. Although you didn't know who John Romita Jr. was, and that made me sad.
Yeah, but this is the thing, I'm not really much on the comics.
That made me sad.
That made me a little creeped out, not gonna lie. A little bit weird.
Oh, dear.
Sometimes I become Droopy the dog. It's all good.
Oh, dear.
So, point I want to bring up then,
Right.
what we've been up to so far this evening.
Okay.
Fibbage.
Fibbage. Fibbage is a fantastic game. It's along the lines of... it's like a cross between Absolute Balderdash and Cards Against Humanity. So it's a game that primarily... you've got to try and lie and make your lie convincing while also trying to search out the truth. Like a true American hero. So a question will be asked, such as, the stern of a ship is placed near the blank, and then you will have to, however many players there are, will have to write a lie, and you'll have to find the trunk. I don't know the answer to that. Is it the front? Mike doesn't own a pirate ship. Fuck you all. Because what the fuck? When have I been on a boat?
Yes.
Once.
Yes, you're fine.
Okay, good.
But yes, the idea is that if, for example, you have 4 people, once you've all entered your lies, you then get 5 answers on screen. So that's 4 lies, 1 right answer, and you guess it. And so it could be front, it could be someone's written the word bottom, someone could have been written something like I would have done a pirate's leg, or as most of these things... Wait, can I swear? How?
Yeah, you can fucking swear.
Okay, cool. In that case, as most of mine descended into something about the Pope fucking and children. But there we go.
Yeah.
But you've got to make the lie convincing.
Very,
It got
very
weird.
few people go along the convincing route. Most of them just go for hilarious.
The amount of
It
things
got
that ended
weird.
with Michael Iggleton's flappy balls, for example, which
That was quite a common answer.
if we can have the internet enter
there are-
Michael Iggleton's flappy balls enough into this game, perhaps
Basically.
people will believe it's part of the game.
Basically on Fibbage, there are 2 ways that you can win. You either win on points, and that's by doing the most convincing lie, or you can win with like likes, as in the Facebook likes. People can give you a thumbs up if they think your answer's the best. So after the fact, when you've already chosen your answer, you then pick one that you like. So you can either go for the funny angle.
Like Facebook, there's no dislike button.
Yes. So like Cards Against Humanity, there is a winner of whoever makes everyone laugh the most. But like Absolute Balderdash, or no, I think the board game is Absolute Balderdash. You can win for having the most convincing lie.
But the reason I love this game more than anything is it's one that's played on the Xbox. Admittedly, it's from US stores only, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we did not...
No, we pulled no trickery of any sort, and we obtained it legally
And
by travelling to America.
And I absolutely used no trickery to download the Silent Hill demo on the PS4 the other day.
We should not make this a...
Never play it, it's fucking terrifying.
So-
I nearly shat my pants.
I like the idea. Podcast 1, Confessions of But the thing I love about the game the most is it's all played with your phones, or you could do it on a web browser, as it were. As long as you've got access to a web page, you then type in your answers through that. Now, how we were playing it, as we say, our friend Iggle's on Skype at the moment, really perving, because what else can you use Skype for?
You're like someone's parents.
Who the fuck does that?
Well, at least it's like the actual advert. We've seen him stand up, so we know he is wearing trousers.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the idea is that what we did for it is that while we were playing it on screen, we got Iggle to jump in. We had put the Skype conversation up. We basically pointed the camera to TV screen and got him to play with us on that way. And I love that idea and atmosphere of not only can you bring back the front room style couch gaming, which, let's face it,
man.
the only thing doing that at the moment was the Wii, and well, that went well. But being able to incorporate online successfully as well. If that game could bring in a video chat, or like what we did, have the Skype in, but then have to at the same time we're having the Skype conversation, we could put on what's happening on screen.
Absolutely.
And then he could watch what's going on the screen. We could also then, have what's going on in sense of like what we're playing, and everyone can view that. That would be the ideal situation. And I'd love
certainly
to have
would.
it all in.
It certainly would. No, maybe we lost some audio there. Maybe we didn't. We don't know. My phone closed off. This is the most ideal way.
However, we now know it's going to happen every 10 minutes.
Well, yes, we do.
Every 10 minutes,
well,
poke the screen.
We don't necessarily have to do this for an hour, by the way. We can always just, Did you hear that?
I'm not going to lie. I looked at the clock because I've got work tomorrow. And no, we're not doing this for a full hour. I'm just out of my house now.
I'm just putting it out there. I also have to be up early. I've got to get to Ashford for 8 o'clock. So I'm leaving my house at 7.
That's cool. I don't have to start work till 4:30. I'm just hungry.
Fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
Fuck you, buddy. So we all know each other. I went into a little bit more detail about with Blue in the podcast that we did that hasn't seen the light of day.
Yeah,
but will do.
No one has heard of yet.
No.
So
But this is kind of advertising for what is coming. There is basically.
10 minutes.
What I'm trying to do,
plugging his shit.
What I'm trying to do, yes, I'm plugging my shit on the website they're finding this on. What a wanker I am! You fucking write for Geek Pride. You can fucking write your own shit. Fuck you. So anyway, this is a new podcast because what I'm trying to do is create basically a podcast network, and hopefully people will start doing podcasts that don't involve me. That doesn't mean you can all boot me out of Nondescript. Oh, you know what? He's completely right. Fuck this guy.
I don't know. If we throw him out, we get rid of our main audio equipment.
I might have to get my phone.
Oh no! Fuck. But yeah.
If Christ doesn't take the Xbox with him, we'd have no Skype.
This is something I'm just going to take your fucking Connect anyway. This doesn't even work for me, but I'm taking it, you fucks. But yeah, this is part of a new kind of podcast network that I'm trying to start with Geek Pride, because I think, as I've said at the start, I think podcasting is the new punk rock. I think it's completely awesome. Eagle has left in disgust. He no longer wants a part of the podcast. We're just there. Let's look around his room, see if we can find anything.
No, we can't look around.
Can we not control his camera?
No, we can't control his camera. That would be amazing.
It would also reinforce everyone's belief that the NSA are using this stuff.
A little bit.
Well, this is going to the same element. I don't really mind. It's in my front room. I'm only in here to play games, and if they get to watch me scratching my bollocks, then it's their own fucking fault. But
dude,
you'll see a hell of a lot more than me scratching my bollocks.
I was about to say, yours is in your bedroom, facing
looking
your
at
bed.
me while I sleep.
The NSA have you on the camera,
like
24/7.
It's pretty much right out of the way of where I play with the bat.
I pretty much use my...
Oh, he's back.
There's something that I wanted to... You guys are way more avid gamers than I am. What are your thoughts about swatting? Is it hilarious, or is it fucking wrong and a waste of time?
It's
or is
ridiculous, but I'm going to be honest, when you hear about it, it's been done and there's nothing you can do to change it.
Yeah. Have you seen any... Have any of you guys actually watched any of the videos?
I've not seen any of the videos, no.
Right, there's a guy in a team in a team called Creatures, and I think they're
League
playing...
of Legends, I think
they're playing... No, it's just any online gaming now. Because Counter-Strike did it, and I watched a swatting happen. And it's fucking horrible. Like, they go in, and they go in with extreme prejudice. Now, obviously, they've been warned there's a terrorist in there, so you can kind of get it. But the amount of brutality is shocking. Like, they're just like, get on the floor, you piece of shit, get down here, boy. And they're, like, just hitting him and shit. And it's all on camera, but, like, no one's going to do anything about it because it's fucking SWAT teams in America.
Yeah.
But yeah, could you imagine that's how this podcast ends? Just like fucking, get down on the ground, and we're like, oh god! Oh! And then this is like the last. What, have you done anything that's going to incur a SWAT team?
No, but we are always very suspicious about the unmarked van that's constantly out the front.
Well, now you've mentioned it on a podcast.
Where we are located is currently my front room. And
hey, FBI.
And yeah, given that we're all
at least
airsofters,
hope it was
which is
fire.
a sort of paintballing, but with real imitation firearms, but BB guns, basically.
It's fucking fun.
It's
And
amazing.
don't have huge bobbles on the top of them.
Indeed. But it does, however, enter into the element that the amount of times I've gone in and out of my front door with what looks like a real firearm pretty much hidden by someone's hoodie. I'm really surprised it's
The
not...
fact that you said hoodie means you're very specifically targeting me with
Yeah, I
that.
am.
My favourite-
I turn in with mine in boxes. You turn up with your hoodie over.
You're just like, yo, dog, I got an M5. Blah, blah. One of my favourite moments was when recently Blue's trying to get his lady into airsoft, and I think it's working. But he wanted to borrow my guns, so I brought all my guns over in the back of my car. And so he turned up, and I was like, I've got to go, dude. So he fucking ran like it was an arms deal and was just like, gun. To the point where this dude came out of the shops, that like there's some shops next to his house. Some fucking Polish guy was just like, arms deal. It's okay. Because he looked like... Because then he went into the front of my... And I was like, check the glove box. And he just pulled out two guns and was like, fuck, dude. Oh, that would have been really bad.
The other two are fine, because they were in boxes. But you open your glove box, and a fucking pistol, a Beretta M9, just flops out the front. If you got stopped by the police on coming over, that does work as concealing your...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I would have landed you in so much shit.
Oh, boned. Absolutely. Boned. I'd just like to know I don't do that.
At least I had the decency to wrap all of mine in a hoodie.
Yeah, you didn't have any magazines in it. There are the legal requirements about transporting things. You were going from just your place to mine, and I'm not going to turn this into a geek spiel about the law.
Let's talk about your car license.
Unless,
Look, if you're going to say that, at least say it like, the law.
Well, no, if it's awesome, then it's the law. If we've taken the piss out of it, then we go to the
law.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. I am fucking hate.
Oh, Sly, you funny. What's your favourite Sly movie? I bet none of you.
Probably one of the Expendables. Mainly because I haven't seen many of his others.
I don't like Rambo.
Wait, fuck. He was in Demolition Man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yes.
I'm actually
Thanks, Eagle. And that's that decided. Good. Next subject. Basically, Nondescript is where we set the world to rights in one comment. Abortions, yes or no? Yes. Good. Next. We won't get into that. No, let's talk about how it got fucking weird earlier. When we were talking about
cucumber gods.
I made somewhat of a risque opinion that I led with hyperbole because I've been brought up on print media and I've been taught that if I have a valid opinion I must first coat it in a series of ridiculous headlines that grab people's attention, so then they go, he's fucking what? And then I go, actually what I believe is this, and it's got some sort of semblance of
free beer!
Now I have your attention.
Yeah, exactly. Vote for minorities or something. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so Africa, right? Those adverts really piss me off. Not like visit Africa, like fucking no! I don't like lions! Stop it! But no, like the videos of like, this is fucking Mwembe and he has to go to a well and he needs water. And I'm like, I feel fucking spad. And like, okay, cool. But Mwembe's wearing a t-shirt, and as a guy who legit went and lived in the woods for 3 days, as a survival challenge, who had to filter his water, I had to use my t-shirt to filter the water. You boil it, you filter it, it's good to go, unless it's glowing green. Then you've got it from a power plant, and it's not water. But they don't teach them this, and this is the thing. In my opinion, and it's just my fucking opinion, and I'm a beardy fucking middle class white guy, so fucking take it or leave it. And there's probably loads of factors that I don't know about. But given the knowledge that I've been given, and in my opinion, I think that they should be taught how to have these basic survival skills. You know, they've got fires and they've got t-shirts.
Hang on. You're going on the premise that no one has taught them.
Kiss.
You're going on the premise that no one has taught
Now we'll do our own animated adventures. All right.
But whether or not it's information that's not been passed down, whether there is a break in communication about what the ideas are, or whether the things are being taught, but it's more that the adverts are used as a shock tactic for those. And this is what we
Of
said
course,
about comedians who've had to dull down their acts for the wider audience.
Yeah.
When you have, for example, the actual thing of what's happening, I'm not saying that it's nowhere near as bad, but no, you want that shock-grabbing effect. So it probably is they probably do have to walk 2 miles for the water sort of thing, but they probably do still filter it out. But going, they walk 2 miles for filthy water, through fire and ice and lightning. Thor strikes them with vengeance each day, and all that sort of bollocks.
Well, Thor is white.
Well, how can I turn that? How can I turn that down? I'm browsing Facebook because I do. An article titled "What I Learned Trying to Bang Pigeons."
Okay.
It's a dating game. Apparently,
then.
pigeons are all the
Good.
That's it.
Okay, thanks for that.
Just shock headlines.
I really appreciate your input, man. You've been an inspiration to all of us. Thank you. I'm going to go on with a lesson.
That's fine. That's cool.
Oh, fuck my life. I was definitely going to say something that was profound. Oh, the cucumber thing. The cucumber
is so
thing.
stupid. Go on then. Bring me your life right now. I'll bend it over and fuck it.
All right.
Fuck my life.
Take my life out to dinner first. Yeah. Jesus. Fuck. My friend. There was an argument that happened on Facebook earlier that's given me a new term. So, like, something's horrible happened, but we can take some solace from it. Unfortunately, in this country, whether this is being reported conveniently or not, whatever, a woman was beheaded in North London, which fucking is horrible, and I would never condone such acts unless it's Anne Robinson or one of my ex-girlfriends. But mostly don't fucking go out and do murders, because it's no fun for anyone apart from the murderer. They'd probably enjoy it. Well, I don't know why you would do a murder unless you enjoyed it. Like, fill your fucking boots, but don't do murders. Anyway, I bet. Or mate, right? See you here, like a fucking killer here. I'll give you 50 quid. No,
we call this the filtration part. If you're still here at this point,
man. Welcome to Nondescript. So any fucking way. So that sucks. And then one of my friends made a really insensitive pun. I can't even fucking remember. It was like, this is sad, but there's no reason we should be losing our heads over this. And quite rightly so, people were fucking kicking off about it. And it is insensitive, and some people have a different sense of humour, and they try to make light, and you can't really make light when there's been a murder. But I commented on his comment, and I got it in the neck as well, which is the joke I made. And it all kind of blew out of proportion. But anyway, in the midst of a massive Facebook argument, someone told this person to get off their emo horse and grow up. So now every time I'm sad, I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, I am riding the emo horse into the sunset. And we're both crying about it, because the idea of an emo horse is brilliant. I haven't even got hands to cut myself with. Clop, clop, sad.
Okay, well, I'm spending 10 minutes in Photoshop when I get home.
Oh, dude, I googled emo horse. There's plenty. Do not worry about that. Any horse caught in a crosswind, emo horse. It's fucking unbelievable. I saw a picture of
makeup and everything.
I saw a picture of a horse next to a volcano, and it was like emo horse. Even the heat of the volcano can't unfreeze his cold heart. Like, yes. So email horse is now a thing. Anyway, Africa, retell the story that you told about the fucking cucumber god.
Yep, as a friend of a friend of a friend, oh, that's irrelevant, who was a missionary and got sent out there to try and relieve the AIDS and such.
Relieve the AIDS?
Yeah.
That was relieve, not release.
Release the AIDS Kraken!
Although, much in the style of Dale Winton, I want to hear Dale Winton say, release the AIDS, instead of bring on the wall.
Okay, I'm going to get another drink while you do this.
See? He's a fucking alcoholic.
Eagle's the alcoholic.
I'm not. That helps me focus. Liam is what we call a functioning alcoholic.
I can handle my drink and continue to do my work.
So yeah.
So they were teaching them how to use condoms, and obviously because they didn't really want to show them practically, they decided, here's some cucumbers, and on it goes. And works like so, simple as that. A few months later, they're looking around and they're looking at the figures.
They're looking around. They wandered into a bit and you go, no, it still smells. I can smell quite a lot of AIDS here.
Someone going door to door with a clipboard. Excuse me. Yeah, that's AIDS.
Like a fucking sniffer dog. Like, is there AIDS here? Okay. We're not going here, Bassett. Let's move on. Let's go to the next village.
So anyway, they're looking over the figures and nothing's changed. If anything, it's probably even gone up a little.
I feel that you're embellishing that for the first story.
They start asking people why, what's happening. I don't know. We're still putting them on the condoms still putting the condoms on the cucumbers and setting them to the side.
As if
I see.
Like
that's your first mistake.
See, now that's obviously like that's horrible and beautiful and hilarious at the same time. And we came up with in our sort of stupor that maybe they thought they were appeasing, and by they, I mean people. I'm not trying to be racially insensitive, but I am being a little bit racially
I'm
insensitive.
going to be as blunt as the fact of someone who thinks that a condom is going to stop them from having AIDS by putting it on the cucumber.
Yeah.
The people who think that.
Yeah, anyone who thinks that, it feels like they're appeasing. Like the cucumber, cucumber is like the god of AIDS, and maybe you by putting on a condom you suffocate him, and he's too busy going, "No, I can't fucking breathe," to be like, "You have some of these AIDS that I've got here." On the fucking plus side, I didn't read into the article. I just read the headline and got really excited. They found a cure or a way of turning off autoimmune diseases.
That's
which is
awesome.
Fucking ace, because my mum is dying from it. Let's get real. That's the true thing. That's actually what's happening. But she's got fucking plenty of years left, so it's all good. But hopefully, this means that in fucking 5 years, they'll be able to just go, "You don't have it anymore. Cheers.
Well,
Thanks for that."
They were saying about being able to find the sort of... Again, this goes into the fact of not really...
If you say gay, Gene, I'm going to punch you in the mouth.
I'm not... No. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
you've been drinking again, and you get... I'm very much joking.
Whoa.
I'm very much joking. Blue does not get racist or homophobic when he's been drinking.
Man.
But it's really funny to hear his poor voice.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Okay. Well, fuck.
I was so surprised his feed's gone blurry.
The point I was going to say was...
Such surprise.
They found the gene that...
Wait, hang on. Your feed's not gone blurry because you're downloading stuff, are you? You're streaming porn right now, aren't you?
Oh.
A little, just like...
Oh my god!
He's wallying. He's wallying. We need 50 cc's of no porn. Stat.
Right, getting back on topic to the non-racist, non-homophobic, because I'm perfectly fine, thank you very much.
He's gonna hit me again.
Oh, but you are still like 6 foot taller than me.
Send out!
This is like pissing into the window. Trying to hit you is like punching a wall. But no, they found...
I think he's hitting on me.
They found the... Later, babe, later. Come on.
All right.
Let's not when people are
that.
recording this.
Well, there's no way I'm going home tonight, so...
So, let's be honest now, from when we lived together, it wouldn't be the first time that you woke up, or I woke up and you were behind me in my bed. And
Well, that's just fucking, that's bro cuddle time.
I
That's
think
just
there
how
was
we roll.
one time where I really venomously was like, get out. And it wasn't because that was the time when I was with a young lady, that was because the time when you got under the sheets and I was butt naked.
Yeah, he was.
And it was that element of out.
He felt
So
my
that
warmth.
was not the William Shatner incident.
Oh, we're not doing this, are we?
Yeah, we fucking are. Oh my god. It was a sad time for Blue.
I'll admit, I'm a Trekkie. I do like my Star Trek a lot.
Clearly not enough.
I do enjoy it. William Shatner's awesome from the 60s. The films, I think they're okay. They go downhill quickly. His singing career tried to ruin my sex life.
Successfully, I like to think.
To this day, if Liam hears the William Shatner version of Bohemian Rhapsody, he will not talk to me for an extended period of time, which is both a blessing and a curse.
Specifically, the song in question at this point is his Common People. And this stems back from the time with me and Matt and a friend we used to know called Ian. And this was at my old place, whereby I was...
He used to live with his mom. Like we all did.
That's what I was about to say.
We didn't all live with his mum. Right.
The house...
Yes, that's how we met. Myself, Matt Niggle, were a series of uncles that came into Blue's life.
Right. This really paints a fucking twisted image of my family, my life, everything.
It's alright, we'll just pick on a random member each week. It'll be fucking beautiful.
In my mind, I'm just picturing all of us as Trev through the ages.
But I was with a young lady and we were upstairs and the two friends were happened to be still
legal young.
Legal, yeah. So, no, I was, we were 17, 18 at that point?
Something
like that.
Which is, American viewers, the age of consent in our country is 16.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
Also, we can drink from 18, so what he said with the... I'll have some more alcohol now.
You're over 21, it doesn't fucking matter.
Shut up! So,
I'm legally allowed to drink.
So, yeah.
5 years ago.
Why did you guys leave this country? Mistake. Right, continue. Shatner.
So, while I was upstairs, we were, at that time, fucking around with also some walkie-talkies. I'd gone upstairs...
Because that's what you want to do when you're having sex.
Not at the same time.
Breaker, I am in. Over.
Earlier the day, we were mucking around with her walkie-talkies. And,
the eagle has hit the nest.
I'd gone upstairs, and while...
Next time you enter a girl, can you do that eagle sound from Assassin's Creed?
Well, only if I dive.
Oh my.
I've got to climb on the bedpost first and just fucking eagle dive.
The lady's like, what are you doing? Take that hood off.
You know
what are you doing?
Depressing?
What?
It's because we know Kat would know where it's from.
She'd be like, oh, that's Assassin's. Oh, my vagina.
Right, so I'm upstairs with the young lady, got a walkie-talkie, suddenly been placed very discreetly outside my bedroom door. And I only noticed this when you can imagine you're in the throes of passion, you're writhing with the person, you're really feeling into it, and then you ride it... No.
I just want to close my eyes.
You're there, you're holding each other, you're feeling each other's bodies, you're moving in, you're pushing, and as you get closer,
nearly there.
you're feeling, I want to live like common people. And you sit there and you go, what? I want to do what common people do. I want to sleep with. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? So I open my door, and there's this fucking walkie-talkie. Now, from Matt's point of view, because you went down the bottom stairs.
From downstairs, you could just see the bottom half of the stairs from the side on. And there's just the sound of a door opening, a very muffled, what the fuck is this? A brief moment of silence, and then it came bouncing down.
So it became a sort of a thing that William Shatner was going to ruin my sex life at that point, and people kept trying to play
I remember
it.
you later described it, and he went back into the room and just went, that's just killed it.
Yeah, he was. How do you recover from... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's like you have to listen to one song to put you off, but you sort of that bemusement where you go, I don't know what okay.
Hey,
perhaps we'll do this later.
I fucked a Gangnam Style one time and did the dance behind her.
Did she know about it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right, okay, well, hang on. Look, you fucking get back to your story in a minute, but this is fucking amazing. Right, I was with a girl, I can't say who, and we were at a gathering. I can't say what gathering, because people listening to this might be like, no, they did, because there's a big controversy that we never did, but we totally fucking did. So anyway, so we're at this place, and we're like, oh, it's fucking boring. And it's one of the gatherings where you get a fucking DJ, so you can gather it down to, like, weddings, funerals, fucking birthday parties. Anyway, it was boring as fuck. So we went for a wander, and we found like this garden place. And anyway, we kind of started getting down to it. And I had her bent over a bench and was fucking her from behind.
I'm so much more eloquent than my describing sexing of.
Yeah, but
because
his version's a lot quicker to get through.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could tie it up, but I'm not allowed to talk about a lot of this story, so I'm being really nice. So I'm fucking this girl from behind, and all of a sudden, fucking Gangnam Style. And I'm like, no way. Do I carry on? And this was when like everyone thought it was cool. So for like that week, so I was behind her, and I start giggling, and she's like, what? I'm like, nothing. And she turned around, and I was doing the fucking arms. Hey, sexy lady! Whoop, whoop, whoop. So she starts giggling, which makes her vagina a cave of wonder, and I splooge everywhere. It was phenomenal.
This is
Thanks, Si, for making me come.
So far from what was...
Welcome to Nondescript.
No, this is just making the title all the more applicable. Because we're essentially walking into this blind.
Anyway, so yeah,
some of us from the sounds of it are walking
now for the time where you didn't have sex.
The second time round was
Gillingham.
the most prominent time after that was when I was living with Mike at our place in Gillingham. And
so many good stories.
It was actually just the night before the MCM Expo that happens in London.
You don't have to use names, by the way. It's totally fine if you could do it.
I've got no intention of mentioning names.
Okay, it's fine.
The person that I was with No. There's no need to be bad about it. It's just, she's a bitch.
She was a bit of a whore.
But either way...
You didn't know at the time.
Shut up! The point is... took her upstairs. We're upstairs. Now, not expecting anything like that to happen again in the first place.
Bear in mind, this hasn't happened in 4 years or something silly.
Well, no, there'd been lots of jokes about it happening again. But even if it did, if you can imagine thinking, I'm probably going to hear the noise again. No. This is our house that we were sharing in. So, suddenly, the floor...
Before you continue... The setup for this is ingenious.
Hang on, no, I'm sorry, I'm doing this because you've got to imagine you're there in a moment, you've got no idea what's happening, and see you hear... And you're like, the fuck? But it's through the floor, so you just hear it rumbling down. And then it's like, the hell is going on? I want to live. God damn it! And I stormed downstairs, pissed off like you wouldn't believe.
Now, let me tell you what happened slightly before that and what he came down to. Because I decided... He was really fucking desperate, and it got to the stage where he was being a bit narky about, about this woman, and was like, I need this, guys, I need this, and we were like, well, if you're going to be like that about it...
You already made me sound like an alcoholic, so let's make me a sex addict as well.
Yeah. It's alright, next week...
just change your name to Iggle for the rest of this?
Next week we pick on me, it's fine. I'll just go, I've got a big beard, so fuck you. But I'll fully admit my mistakes. So anyway, but he was like, he hadn't had some in a while, so he was really fucking looking to get with this young lady, and she was raring to go. So he's like, okay guys, it's bedtime. We're like, it's fucking 10 o'clock. He's like, yes, it's bedtime. And we're like, okay. And then he says to me, stay quiet. And I'm like, asshole. You said words to that effect. You were like...
It makes it sound like, hush now, you must listen.
I want everyone to enjoy my current conquest.
Hey. You both have been treated to the sounds I make a woman make.
I've walked in the house.
We really can't talk about that one.
I've walked in the house and equally gone, I walked back out the house, like, for fuck's sake. But no, it was probably on the line
because I remember. Because I heard this motherfucker over Skype. Right, I'd finished, and the lady made noises. Yes. Oh. We finished, and then I hear very faintly. Oh, from Iggle, which made me giggle, and it was wonderful. Anyway, so going back to and this was at the house that me and myself and Blue shared. So anyway, so he takes this girl upstairs, and there's like fucking 5 of us drinking. It was after it was a gig, was it?
No, yeah, it was after a gig. It was. Was
that the night? Was that the night I played with Faye Komodo?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think it was because I was bringing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So I had the fucking EP signed, and I was totally stoked and like, yeah, let's party all night. And they're like, no, we're going to a con, and I was like, no, fuck you guys, I want to party. So anyway, so they went upstairs. So I'm like, no, fuck this guy. So I find common people, and then I grab my speakers, which are like 24 inches high, hold one of them to the ceiling. Standing there defiantly.
Grabs me out of bed to grip the other one.
Yeah. Stand there defiantly like a Viking warrior holding it up while someone else plays it. And then he fucking comes downstairs and he is not happy at all. And he's reached the bottom of the stairs and our eyes met and he was like, you motherfucker. I'm
fairly sure.
My response was, hey man, what's up?
I'm fairly sure there was at least 5 seconds pause while he just took the sight in of 2 grown men holding speakers to the ceiling.
An utter defiance in my eyes.
You and me could have come to blows that night, I think. If it wasn't possibly for the social awkwardness of what I was wearing, which was not a lot, and,
basically, Blue has 2 modes.
If you want to get into an argument with Blue, make sure he's not wearing it.
he either has violence, or he's been You like me.
I'm a guy.
Listen.
I'm an alcoholic. Sexy. Fucking racist.
Listen. How many have you been drinking? But no, but like you like myself has been mainly brought up by a woman, so we're both very good at being very angry, very seethingly, and choosing our words and being incredibly vicious. So I got a fucking really nasty comment. I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like, you know, "You're not my real fucking friend." And I was going through a time when I was a bit emotional, and it was like, who doesn't want to be my friend? And then I got kind of sad about it, but I'd been drinking and played a gig, and I went, no, double fuck this guy. So we did it again, and he came down again, and through gritted teeth told me to stop. So we turned it down. And kept it on for 10 minutes, and he's finished the job. So really, what I was trying to teach my friend is that you can work through adversity and get the job done.
William Shatner
I've
is
made
actually an inspiration for what you as a common person can do.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
He's not at Star Trek London.
No, it's not.
Okay, because I could just see you going, oh cool, it's him. 1 minute, guys. I've got a face to pummel.
So, I mean, it's worked in swings and roundabouts. I mean,
starts fucking fighting shadows like.
You have no idea. You know the
Watch out, Blue! He's going for the double overhand fist.
You know, Into Darkness. There's one part in the entire film where Spock's chasing Khan, and they get on the ships and stuff. And the music's playing, and you know the music's fantastic. I love the score for that. And I went with Matt and my current girlfriend Catherine.
Catherine.
We went to
we are Victorian nobles.
Royal Albert, thank you, Royal Albert Hall, and they had the music played live, full orchestra with the film on the background. It's a beautiful thing. But there's one part in that bit where Spock's chasing Khan, and you can hear it in the background. It goes da 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 da. I was like, it's fucking music. It's 60s music.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, no, I mean, it does work in swings and roundabouts because we were when we had. Again, I'm a bit of a tricky. This is probably the most Star Trek I'm ever going to discuss because I'm not that much into the outside of things.
You play Star Trek online?
Other than playing the game a lot and watching the TV show, yeah. We had the outfits to go because of the con stuffs and whatnot, and I said, like, right, I mean, if you've ever worn one of these fucking... You know, most people get the costumes and, you know, I cosplay and I've made most of my stuff. I very rarely buy things stock, and if I do, I normally then customise the hell out of it. And most of the stuff that I wear is normal clothes, which are then adjusted into stuff. So buying this gold, you know, command t-shirt, as it were, shirt, as it were, it's made of like this nylon material. It's really hot, and when you've got a lot of people in your place, it gets hot very quickly. So I said, I'm going to get changed. So as much as Shatner ruined most of my youth sex life,
I know where this is going.
he did actually help me at one point, which is that with the girl that I want to be with, or I am with at the moment, and wanted to be with at the time. One of my friends said, if you're going to take it off, you've got to finish it on a Shatner. And obviously, normally things like the game where you shout Shatner and someone then has to do something.
Yeah, you have to overreact to whatever you're doing, yeah.
And she was walking in front of me. Literally, I walked into the room and I said, like, in that case, you've got to do a Shatner. I was like, Shatner. And I was like, yeah, okay. And literally, as she walked in front of me, I grabbed her, proper swung her around over my knee, big kiss, put her back on the spot. And she was just like, I was like, and I'm out. If I had a microphone, I'd have dropped it. It was like, well, she works swings and roundabouts. I have a lot to hate William Shatner for, a lot to thank him for. Bad 60s.
Shatner just wants to...
In that case, I can imagine you meeting him at a con going, no, you lovely bastard.
Oh, you ragamuffin.
Hug you.
You lovable rogue.
Take out your stomach and give it back to you.
You go very, very, very.
Do you remember when
very quickly?
Have you guys seen when he went to a Next Generation con and photobombed their selfie? It was fucking incredible.
Oh yeah, they did a reunion for CNG.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. Right, okay, so I think we're approaching the end of the pilot episode of Nondescript.
It's basically been talking about.
It's been fucking great.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's Nondescript. So I think
we need to have you without Skype.
No. This is fucking great. We should always have him on Skype, just waiting.
2 minutes down the road.
If we can get his face really big on the screen, so he's like Zordon from Power Rangers. Rangers, there are some teenagers taking their clothes off.
A load of static and his face just barely in it. Kneel before Zod.
I don't want to kneel before him ever.
So Nondescript is going to be more like the escapades of the geeky things that we've done in that time, and also some of the weird shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be fucking great. Okay, so I want to go around the room, and I want everyone to have a final thought. So just a piece of advice or a question that you've got burning in your tiny brain boxes, and then we'll leave with that, and then maybe we'll get back in a week, maybe we'll get back in a month. We're going this way.
Okay.
I'll go on this way. Okay, so go.
I'm really not homophobic, racist, alcoholic. I'm really not. Sexist or whatever else I've been made out to be this evening. I swear I'm actually a nice guy. I do try and follow the gentleman's code. What? That doesn't mean anything. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean the swastika you've got tattooed is just not cool, man. I've been meaning to talk to you about that for a while.
You say this now. If I turn up tomorrow, I'm fucking so tempted to get one just to spite you.
What? Sorry, Liam. I mean, you're perfect.
Swastika. Fuck you.
You're perfect for this job, but why the swastika tattoo? Well, basically, it was a bet with a mate. I don't think you're ready to become a business development manager. Goodbye.
This extends to the same reason why the following night after when we was around Kev's, and I got probably the one time I actually got really drunk this year.
Yeah, you did.
Time, I really got drunk.
Wrecked.
I haven't been that drunk since the Christmas party from last year, sort of thing.
It was like Tokyo during the first Godzilla movie.
It was really bad.
Fire everywhere.
Next day, I stopped off at Kev's house, and on the way back, I was like, "Hey man, can I come grab my sunglasses?" It was like, "Yeah, they still have it. It's really bright. I've just shaved my head, and I'm walking around squinting at people like I want to murder them. I really need my sunglasses." That's how that phone conversation basically went. But yes, genuinely, I'm a nice guy. I'm just a geek.
Okay, I'm going to vouch for him because, like, someone going, "Hey, come on, guys, I'm a nice guy," like, normally means you're a massive wanker. But no, he's well, all right. He's generous, kind, and
We've just picked on the absolute worst aspect.
and just absolutely, like, you know, at his very core, he is a massive racer. No, he's not. He's all right. He's all right.
But no, I'm cool.
Unless you mention the French.
Oh yeah, no, he's racist towards the French, but that's a different podcast. Maybe that's next week. What's your final thought?
What in the hell are Blue's neighbours going to think?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's always my house and neighbours. Great, thanks for that. Right?
Well, the thing is,
Yeah, no,
I offered originally to do this all at my house, but you wanted to play fucking Fibble. Don't remember what it's called.
Fibbage.
Fibbage.
There we go.
That's the one. That's what you call a lying tribble, a fibble. Please stop sitting in that pose. It's so... He's like Don Juan. Like, I don't always sit in a pose, but when I do, it's showing off my balls. Right, what's your final thought, Eagle?
Too much porn is not healthy.
I love how we keep...
Well, I mean, he's right.
Well, yeah.
It does eventually desensitise you, then you look at the vagina like a piece of meat and thus objectify women. I think what Eagle's really trying to say there is that we live in a society where women are... It's almost like an abattoir where the female form is sexualised to the point where it doesn't mean anything anymore. I think that's really what... Eagle, you're quite a profound gentleman. Or he was just talking about wanker's cramp. Maybe. My final thought is don't get wanker's cramp, because it's a bitch. This podcast goes out to my friend Nick from Nick's Gentlemanly Chats, because he's got carpal tunnel, probably from too much wanking. Big love. And we need a sign off.
Get out of my house, it's gone midnight, I've got work tomorrow. There's your sign off. Go! Jesus.
That works. I'm good with that.
Sure. Bye!
Toodaloo.